Are you actually delighted that these Vanity Fair photos are ugly? Or are you relieved to see Empire momentarily unseated from its aesthetic throne? I think our very real delight is actually grief displacement. The gap between the golden image they project and the ordinary flesh they inhabit has been exposed. For once, power looks human instead of invincible. This, by the way, is incarnation, making the invincible bodily, divinity becoming vulnerable aging flesh, the word made meat, the infinite compressed into a body that got tired, hungry, thirsty. Empire hates this. Roman's whole project depended on making power look invincible. Caesar is godlike, transcendent. The eagle is eternal. Empire needs authority to look like something that is beyond flesh, beyond death. But incarnation says that power is material. You can touch it, it bleeds. So when you see these photos, you're seeing the incarnation of empire. Not the golden calf they project, but the actual meat. The pores, the lip filler, the aging skin. The humanity that they spend millions trying to transcend. And our relief comes from this deep knowing that if they are flesh too, they can be resisted. If they are also bodies, they are vulnerable. If they bleed like us, they can fail. But if we stop at the body, at Karoline Leavitt's lip filler, at JD Vance's pores, judge the flesh and move on, we miss the fucking point. The article reveals ICE deporting US citizens, a 4-year-old with stage 4 cancer ripped from treatment, expelled to Honduras without medication, 238 immigrants shackled and flown to El Salvador's most brutal prison, boat strikes killing dozens in the Caribbean. Wiles admits he wants to keep blowing boats up until Maduro cries uncle. 87 dead, millions losing AIDS medication. She says it like it's casual gossip. And what is going viral? The aesthetics. Let's recalibrate here. Christopher Anderson, the genius photographer, made these people become flesh. Let's not waste such viral mockery. Let's make sure the incarnation serves its purpose, so the violence that they enact can be visible. Because fascism always aestheticizes politics. It makes governance about imagery, spectacle, the beautiful body that performs invincibility. So when we respond by counter-aestheticizing, by focusing on how it's making them look ugly, we are fighting the master with the master's tools. These photos function like a pressure valve. Power looks ridiculous, which lets us feel that something has happened without anything changing. We get the relief without the redistribution of power. We get the satisfaction without resistance. The degradation of bodies making them ugly, grotesque, monstrous, has always been how power manufactures consent for violence. Witch hunts work this way. Make the body monstrous, and violence against it becomes justified. The body is the first terrain of political struggle. When we practice this logic on powerful bodies, we maintain the infrastructure that primarily destroys women's bodies, disabled bodies, fat bodies, aging bodies. Every time that you exercise that judgment model, this body is ugly and therefore bad or evil, you can't control where else that fires. Right now, while we judge these bodies aesthetically, other bodies are actually dying. Babies who will get hepatitis without vaccines, children with cancer deported, civilians blown up on boats, millions losing AIDS treatment. The incarnation doesn't make bodies objects of judgment. It makes bodies sites of revelation. So, what violence are these bodily hands signing into law? What policy are these lips justifying? Because Wiles' body was in the White House facilitating all of this. Her bodily presence enables the deportation of children with cancer. Her incarnate work dismantles federal agencies. That is the revelation, not how bodies look, but what bodies do. This is how atrocity gets normalized, when we make the aesthetics more offensive than the violence. So, don't stop at the skin, count the bodies. Name what is being done to them. Resist using the master's tools and resist the system that is destroying us all. Notice what the flesh is actually doing. That to me is honoring Christopher Anderson's work, and that is what the incarnation demands. I am Connie Chen. I teach a class called Faith Deconstruction 101, Leaving the Church Without Losing Yourself. I also run a Patreon community where we are doing deconstruction and reconstruction of women in the Bible. Last month was Eve, and dropping soon is a study on the Virgin Mary. The links are you know where.